Today we're driving a European spec Nissan Qashqai. This is basically the equivalent of what a Rogue Sport would be on US roads. We're driving this to showcase Nissan's new e-Power hybrid technology. It utilizes a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder that is a series hybrid system. So it's a 5-to-1 motor generator. The wheels are directly driven by an electric motor that's connected to an inverter, that's connected to the engine. There's no direct drive between the engine and the wheels, basically reducing mechanical parts, reducing NVH. You also save a little bit of weight here compared to the parallel hybrid systems from some other manufacturers. So today we're going to take this for a drive. Let's walk you guys around it real quick, hop inside, start it up, and we'll talk a little bit more about this e-Power technology that's coming to the Nissan Rogue later this year. Now this Qashqai is about 210 horsepower, 240 pound-feet of torque, and it feels pretty fast. The Nissan Rogue is going to be all-wheel drive, so it'll have an extra motor powering the rear axle, so that'll make a little bit more power. It'll be a bit bigger, a bit heavier. You have to kind of factor some of that in. We're not seeing a one-to-one comparison here. This is just kind of a demonstration of what the e-Power will sound like, feel like on the road. And on initial impressions, driving this around already for about 30 minutes, it's very, very quiet. The engine powering on is barely audible. It's super smooth. It basically just feels like the smoothness from an EV with a little bit of internal combustion engine up front. There's no variable compression turbo here because you're not seeing the RPM range that you would normally see with a CVT. And it's interesting, this is actually the third generation of Nissan's e-Power hybrid system. It was launched in Japan back in 2016 and some applications in Europe as well, but never brought to the United States. And I guess better late than never for Nissan to bring a hybrid. It should be more efficient, more powerful, turbocharged 3-cylinder applications that the Nissan Rogue sees right now. And it's a developed technology, so it's been out for about 10 years. The only reason they didn't bring it to the US is because it wasn't quite calibrated for the higher power, higher speeds that we require on US roads. In Japan, they just don't drive as fast. So it's good to finally see Nissan bringing a hybrid powertrain to US roads. You can see on this Qashqai, we have exactly 1,234 miles. Very cool. 526 miles of driving range, so decent fuel range there. This has a couple things that we won't see in the Rogue all-wheel drive when it launches with the hybrid system, and dedicated EV mode, and of course there are some differences with this being a European spec vehicle. We've got a very wide-angle driver's side mirror, which is actually really nice to live with. I wish we had that in the United States. And then I doubt this will have a front windshield heater like you see in Range Rovers. Very nice on today's 24-degree Fahrenheit day when I had to defrost the glass a little bit this morning. This new third generation system utilizes Nissan's new 5-in-1 unit. The wheels are only driven by the motor. The motor is controlled by an inverter, and that inverter manages energy between the generator and charging the battery. The idea here is that there are fewer mechanical connections to create NVH, fewer vibrations, less noise, and there's a little bit less weight with the system too, compared to a series parallel hybrid from some other manufacturers. It does have e-pedal driving, which is kind of one-pedal driving until you get down to about 7 to 10 miles an hour, and then you'll have to use the brakes to bring yourself to a stop. We'll test that out today. We have a few different drive modes: Sport, Standard, and Eco. And the rest of this is just a pretty basic, standard Nissan interior. We've nothing that we haven't seen before in other Nissan models. Let's pop the hood. We'll take a look at this 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder. No major surprises looking under there. It's pretty quiet, it's pretty smooth. You can see there's very little vibration from this motor. When it powers on, you barely hear it at idle. It's a little bit louder at cold start, but once it warms up, it's really smooth and really silent. And I guess while we're here, we might as well show you around this Qashqai a little bit. There you go. A little bit of space under there to put things. There's your back seat. All right, let's go drive it. So we'll just start off in our normal drive mode, put us into reverse. The engine is on right now. And we've got our power flow meter enabled here on our gauge cluster. So we can see the engine is charging the battery and the motor is powering the front wheels. When we let off throttle, we'll see some regenerative braking there. At lower speeds, the engine seems to be off a lot of the time. So right now it just turned off. And once there's sufficient charge with the battery, it'll pretty much power the wheels using that. When you're on the highway, the engine will kind of periodically turn on and off. Ultimately, this results in a pretty quiet driving experience. There's none of that high revving action that you would see from a CVT. And it's actually surprisingly responsive and fast. There's a lot of power here. Apologies for all of the rocks and the salt getting kicked up. We're getting a little bit of ASMR today. This Nissan Qashqai actually drives great. Really nice ride quality. It's kind of about the right size. It's kind of hard to hear the engine over some of the road noise and bumps that we have here on our Michigan roads this time of year. We're kind of in peak fix our roads season right now in southeast Michigan, seeing lots of freeze-thaw cycles, so there's a lot of rough potholes and pavement out right now on this test loop. So we did that whole start purely on electric power. And listen for when the engine kicks on here. Put us into sport mode. Even at full throttle, it's a super quiet powertrain. Again, I'll just reiterate the smoothness of an EV, but with an internal combustion engine. No word on fuel economy numbers. Power output will be a little bit more than what we see here in this Qashqai. But again, it'll be great to have a hybrid option in the Nissan lineup, finally, in the US market. It's been a long time I've been saying, I wonder if Nissan's going to come out with a hybrid this next generation or this next year. And it just hasn't happened up until later this year. So looking forward to seeing that in the Nissan Rogue. When you're just cruising on the highway, it's kind of difficult to discern when the engine is on or off. Of course, you can see it here in this graphic display. But you don't really hear too much at full throttle when you're making passes. There's no vibration really from the engine at idle. Let's test out e-pedal. So this will actually turn on the brake lights below a certain threshold of regenerative braking. And it's meant to be kind of a light one-pedal drive system up until you get to a stoplight. You need to apply the brakes. But it seems to work pretty well. You can actually see the brake lights engaging there on the back of the vehicle. There is a surprising amount of power here from this system. And it's responsive power. It kicks on immediately. There's a lot of torque here. Show you guys how this e-pedal brings us down from speed. Ultimately, I prefer two-pedal driving a car like this. It doesn't bring you down to a complete stop, but it's a nice system to have. And again, Nissan always does such a great job with their physical buttons and controls in their cars. And word on the street is that they're maintaining that with this next generation Nissan Rogue, which is very good. Some low-speed driving here. For the most part, as long as there's sufficient charge in the battery, most low-speed city driving would be done in EV mode. Engine kicking on there. Super quiet, super silent, super smooth. Let's head into the city. Let's head into downtown here and see how this navigates some stop and go lower speed driving through some neighborhood streets and city traffic lights. Looks like we're back into EV mode here. There really is something to be said about the smoothness of a well-calibrated hybrid system. That lack of vibration and noise on acceleration, this really does feel more EV than internal combustion engine car. I've got to say, compared to Toyota's parallel hybrid system, this is smoother and a little bit closer in driving feel as to what Honda has done with their motor generator system. It's a little bit more in the background. You don't really notice the engine. It's not as in your face. That switch over from EV to internal combustion engine is very silent, very smooth, very much in the background. And there's a lot less NVH and vibration than what we see from Toyota's hybrids. Very curious to see what real-world efficiency will be like, too. On first impressions, this is a great hybrid system. It feels fantastic. I think for the intended market, it makes great power. It is very quiet. We'll see how efficient it is. And at the end of the day, it drives great. This is a really nicely developed, well-calibrated system. Throttle is nice and linear, easy to modulate. Fully in EV mode right there. All right, guys. Well, those are some first driving impressions on Nissan's new e-Power hybrid system. Pretty good first thoughts here. I'm looking forward to driving this in the new Nissan Rogue. We'll park here and wrap up the video. We'll even back in. There we go. Okay, that's it. Best 52.2 mpg. Of course, this is probably the European mpg calculation, but still very fuel efficient. All right, guys, that's been a drive of the new Nissan Qashqai with Nissan's e-Power hybrid system. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'd recommend listening to this with headphones because this was recorded with binaural audio. Gives you a better idea of what NVH, engine sound, etc. is like on this.
That was a Ukrainian company, service theirs.
That's going to be it for me. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.